Welcome to weekend number 2 of the college baseball season. Globe Life Field, Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. Game number 3, day number 1. Florida State and Louisville already victorious. Number 9, Auburn against Kansas State in the nightcap. Tyler Denning, Pat Combs. We are right to it. This is a great early measuring stick game for both of these teams, Pat.
Yeah, no doubt. It's, Auburn off to a solid start, 3-1. He didn't do so well against Cincinnati in the midweek game this past week, but a perennial postseason contender. Obviously, K-State off to a great start, 4-0.
Bristol Carter, the batter at the plate. Junior righty. Four hits on 8 at-bats in this season. Auburn coming off a 3-0 opening weekend at home against Youngstown State. They win 2-1, that in 10 innings, then break it open to the tune of 17-2 in 7. Ball in play, base hit to begin the ball game for Auburn and Carter. We take a look at the hitting order for the Tigers, presented by Amegy Bank. Pat, anybody stands out to you? Who to watch?
Oh, man, I think it's the middle of the order for Auburn. They've got to get these guys going. Guevara, Freilich, Steele, that really is the motor that really drives this offensive engine.
And we'll step Bub Terrell, preseason accoladed, second team SEC for the lefty left fielder. Started the season out with 7 hits. .412 average.
Title of the big name absent from that lineup is Chris Rembert. Of course, the catalyst at the top of the Tiger lineup. One of the best players in college baseball. He is nursing a sore ankle. We will not see him this weekend is what we're told, but that is a big loss for the Tiger lineup.
He was named first team All-SEC. Give you an idea of what regard he is held in. Figures to be the everyday starter once back at second. We were told he was taking some swings with the team, so hope to see him soon as a huge piece for this Auburn team.
And a good look at the K-State pitcher, James Guyette. He's the right-handed junior, stands 6'3", 215 from Newbury Park High School, California. One of the Cats' top relievers last season. But he has worked his way into this rotation for Pete Hughes.
.82 on the sinker. 5 innings for Guyette on the young season, 4 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. To go against a walk all February 13th against Iowa. You mentioned head coach Pete Hughes. This K-State team played in the MLB Desert Invitational, 15-6 win against Iowa, 7-3 against UConn, 24-5 against Penn State. That ended in 7, and then 11-8 against Air Force. But he said, hey, let's be real. Those are 4 teams that were coming out of a gymnasium, being that they're northern teams that didn't get a lot of reps outside. So he was realistic with the competition level in terms of the practice that they had got prior to facing, but was very excited to come into this environment, play this team.
No doubt. All 3 games this weekend. A good barometer for all these coaches coming in, which they all said in our coaches' calls that they are super excited to see what they've got to work with.
Well, loops one in over the head of the shortstop, D. Kennedy. 2 runners on to begin the ball game for the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, just the start that Butch Thompson and Auburn's looking for. Had a couple of quiet offensive games to start the season against Youngstown State. They blew it open in that 3rd game, but scored no runs this past Tuesday. So their offense looking to get back on track. And there's a good look at D. Kennedy.
Yeah, you talk about offense getting on track. D. Kennedy was offense. 15 runs batted in already on the season. He has 2 grand slams. Golden Spikes Player of the Week across D1 baseball. Figure we'll be talking about him a lot tonight and across the course of the season. Bunt laid down by Eric Guevara. perfectly placed, bringing out Madliak. And safe down the first base line. Guevara, bases loaded. Huge opportunity early for Auburn.
Well, Grant Gallagher, the third baseman for the Cats, was playing back even with the bag, not expecting Guevara to bunt. He's not often called upon to do that, but early on in this game, Butch Thompson said, hey, if he's going to play back and give it to us, why not try it? Guevara lays down a perfect bunt down that third base line, and there Madliak out to get it for Kansas State. Nowhere to go with it.
And it will bring up one of their best in Chase Freilich, the starting catcher. Mentioned preseason, second team All-SEC.
Good fastball there, 94 miles an hour at the kneecaps on the inside corner. That's what you're going to see from Guy. Yeah, it's that low three-quarter arm slot. Produces a ton of movement on that fastball. He'll sit low 90s with it. He has a sweeping slider and a changeup. Struck out 51 hitters last season.
What does he have to do here? Where do you pick your spots this battle with Freilich?
Yeah, Freilich's a guy who likes to get his hands out, get him, just extended across the plate. Kind of has a lot of gap power, just a great approach. So, and in this situation, what you're really looking for is a ground ball. 0-2 count, though. Guyat's going to shoot for the strikeout.
Freilich has 2 runs batted in on the season. That ball right to first. Bobbled, but it is secured long enough by Kennedy to take the out at second, but a run across in Carter as Freilich delivers.
That ball was a bullet off the bat of Freilich. 104 mile an hour off the bat. Great job at first base by Chandler Murray to knock it down. Trying to shoot for that double play across the diamond to D. Kennedy, but Kennedy had trouble just coming up with a clean transfer, and that's going to result in a first run of the game for the Tigers, but they also avoid the double play.
Brings up Lucas Steele, senior. Switch hitter, hitting from the left side. Steele just 1 hit on his 9 at-bats. Has walked 3 times. Terrell over on third. Freilich first. As Guyette tries to minimize the damage. 3 hits already in this opening frame.
Well, got a good fastball there. Middle cut, just right at the waist, and Steele swung through it. Might be the best pitch he sees in this sequence.
We were talking pregame, Auburn offense. A little surprising Tuesday, Cincy, they hosted the Bearcats. They lose 8-0. Had just 5 hits. Talked about the expectation for Auburn coming into the season that it may be an offensive-led ball club, but it's been reversed right now with the pitching. Right now, an opportunity to fire up the offense early on is looking across for a strike from Steele.
Yeah, good off-speed pitch, looked like a changeup that came back to the plate. Kind of started off the inside part of it. Steele gave up on it. Second strike.
Two-two count. Gets him looking. Big strikeout for Guyette.
Yeah, that backdoor slider just really stuck it on the outside corner. Great job by the Kansas State catcher Bear Madliak framing it up.
There is the defense. Aforementioned Madliak behind home. Gallagher, Kennedy, Inoue, and Murray. The infield left to right. Bowen, Lewis, Vasquez defensively for Kansas State.
Well, if Guyette can get out of this inning with just 1 run, that'd be a huge win. Big lift with bases loaded, no outs.
Sixth batter to the plate on the inning for Auburn and Todd Clay.
Yeah, big time pickup for Butch Thompson, the transfer from UAB. Had an outstanding season last year, batted .361 for UAB, and just one of those big physical presence in this lineup. This Auburn lineup is big and physical.
Runner is going. The throw is to Kennedy to check on both runners. Staying over on third, Terrell. Fralick into second. Clay looking for his first hit on the season, 0 for 8. Struck out 3 times, walked once. So he waits the 1-2 from Guyette.
Good job just getting a piece of that slider down in the zone and extends the at-bat. It's exactly where you want to throw it if you're James Guyette.
All right, so where does he want to throw this next one?
Yeah, he's got a lot of options here. He can go fastball, let it work inside. He's got Clay kind of leaning out over the plate.
Goes outside, comes back with the heat. 93 miles an hour for the strikeout. Pat Guyette gets out of the jam.
Yeah, great job by Guyette to work out of that bases loaded, no out jam and gives up the run. But the Cats back into the dugout without further damage.
So a trio of singles for Auburn to begin things. Carter, Terrell, and Guevara puts the bases loaded with no outs, but some defense, some pitching. Gets Kansas State out of the jam, keeps things at just 1-0. We do a little dance up here in the booth so we can say hello to you guys. Tyler Denning, Pat Combs. We came on the air, we were talking about these two teams. A lot to prove for both of them. Auburn last year, they host Super Regionals. K-State, they want to get to Super Regionals. This is a great barometer game for both teams.
No, it really is. And Butch Thompson, you know, with the Auburn Tigers, has got probably one of his best lineups he's had in years. Now, Chris Rembert being out, that's going to affect that scoring ability. But, yeah, Pete Hughes, I mean, what a job K-State's done. Made it to the postseason 2 years in a row, only the second time in the history of their program had they done that. Hughes is looking to get beyond that, hey, we're just happy to be here kind of type team.
Yeah, he said they want to change the perception of their program. Big way you can do that. Beat an SEC team early on. Tell us about, though, the field that we have here at Globe Life. We're back for another second weekend in a row.
Yeah, you got to love the field. I mean, it's the matchups, the competition all weekend. You said it exactly right, Tyler. Every one of these coaches said in their calls, this is the type of environment, the type of competition that they love to have early in the season because it is a barometer check. You know, you got a lot of new faces in lineups these days with the transfer portal. A lot of JUCO guys coming in. These lineups are both well established, but still some new faces. So they're still trying to get a bearing of what they've got to work with, especially out of the bullpen early in the season. All these clubs trying to figure out roles and responsibilities with their pitching staff.
Out of this field, as mentioned, Auburn Tigers going to the Super Regional. Louisville went to the College World Series, so 3 teams went to Supers, 5 went to the NCAA tournament. So yet another stacked field to play in this beautiful facility and usher in the college baseball season. K-State's batting order brought to you by Amegy Bank. We talked about D. Kennedy. All right, who else offensively outside of Kennedy? Guys got to get on for you to hit grand slams, right?
That's right. Well, the guys in front are setting the table well for K-State, but this middle of this lineup may be some of the top 3 guys you'll see in college baseball. Vasco, Kennedy, Vasquez, all 3 super talented players. Vasco has a chance to be probably the Big 12 Player of the Year if he continues on the pace he had last year as a freshman.
Let's go on the mound. Jake Marciano, 1.80 ERA, 12 strikeouts. Did get a start against Youngstown State. Pat, what do you figure to see from Marciano?
Yeah, I like this guy a lot. You know, he's a Virginia Tech transfer, had a spectacular freshman season. Now, he wore down a little bit late last spring, but early on, just was excellent. Great command. He had 71 strikeouts, only 18 walks. It's one of those high spin rate fastballs. It's not going to blow you off the map on the radar. It's going to be 88 to 90, but 2,500 RPM on the spin rate. Got a really good slider and changeup as well. Mixes his pitches. Just really a guy that looks beyond his years on the mound. Great composure.
Bolin bounces foul. Bingham at first. Six hits in 14 at-bats, 10 runs scored, 5 walks. Good table setter. For the left field senior. Brolin awaits the 1-2. Hard hit, other way. Somebody go get it. Yeah, souvenir right there for you.
Plenty of opportunities tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bolin, the Nebraska transfer. Interesting, right, that he finds himself in the same tournament as Nebraska, but here he is setting the table for the Cats tonight.
All right, so now you got to put it in the hoodie pocket so nobody comes and asks you for it.
His pockets might get full tonight.
2-2.
Wow, I thought that was a strike.
Yes, Matthew Anderson behind home, Mark Hutchinson at first, Casey Mosier, Jet Minton.
Yeah, Anderson lifted up like he was going to ring him up and then just kind of stopped. Looked like a pretty good pitch from here.
Pushes the count to full. Does ring him up there.
Yeah, 90 mile an hour at the knees and on the outside corner, and definitely a strike from Marciano. Came right back to it. Just a level of composure. Didn't get frustrated that might have been a missed call. Just came right back and spotted that fastball up on that outside corner. There's the pitch tracker showing us it indeed was a strike.
Grant Gallagher. Senior starting at third.
They're not big in stature, but Gallagher, a power bat, had 20 home runs last year at East Tennessee State. And gives this lineup some bolt.
Gets under that one high into the Globe Life sky. But easy work for Ballou in right field. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, great start last weekend for Marciano. You talked about the Youngstown State win. 5 innings, 2 hits, only give up 1 run.
The defense backing him up. Aforementioned Ballou in right field, Carter, Terrell, the outfield, then Clay, Guevara, Crane, Bingaman, Fralick behind the dish. AJ Vasco fouls one off to begin his at-bat. Batting at even 500.
You see the physical presence he brings to the box, and one of those guys you just don't want to face as a pitcher, especially in situations where he's got runners in scoring position. 6'6" lefty. That is a major league body.
It's 9 for 18. 10 runs batted in, 2 doubles, 2 triples. Bases empty with an 0-2 count as Marciano goes outside.
You just love the command that this left-hander throws. 12 strikeouts last week, no walks.
Gets another 2 strikeouts in that inning as the Tigers pitcher and defense go 1, 2, 3 defensively. They protect that 1-0 lead after 1. Come on back for inning number 2, Auburn, K-State from Arlington, Texas.
The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back? You've got some nerve showing up here again, looking all delicious with your fresh all-beef patties, melty cheeses, grilled peppers and onions, and jalapeno ranch. When I want you, you're nowhere to be found. And now you're back? Aw, get in here. We just missed you, that's all. The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back and harder to resist than ever. Download the app.
What a burger! Bowman Engineering and Consulting and their dedicated Amegy business banker worked together to put the us in business banking, which included the occasional lunch meeting. Now, it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry, because you're more than a customer. We're more than a bank, and together, we'll help put your business on solid financial footing. With comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, planning sessions whenever you need them. Here, we collaborate. Here, you grow.
At Globe Life, we have policies for almost everybody.
Welders?
Yes.
Farmers?
Yes.
Rodeo clowns?
No, we don't cover rodeo clowns.
Construction workers?
Yes.
Electricians?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Not rodeo clowns.
Factory workers?
Yes.
Chefs?
Yes.
Birthday clowns?
Yes.
Ah, come on!
Globe Life Insurance. Affordable coverage for almost everyone.
Top of 2 here at Globe Life, joined by K-State head coach Pete Hughes. Coach, what's it like for your team be playing in this environment, playing against this level of competition early on in your season?
Well, we're used to playing at this venue, with the Big 12 championships have been here in the past, and I think it's the third time we're in this tournament. They do such a great job here. Unbelievable hosts. They go out of their way to make you feel comfortable. And we play against the country's best to get your teams ready for conference play.
Yeah, Pete, Pat Combs here. Great to have you back in Arlington. And, man, you have changed the perception of K-State baseball in just a short amount of time. Of course, back-to-back postseason appearances. But what do you attribute that to?
Well, we have unbelievable leadership in our athletic department. And Gene Taylor, our athletic director, has decided that baseball is very important to the university and our community. And he's invested. And when you invest in and hire good people like I did and recruit good people, you have good results.
Yeah, great to see it happen. And Coach, you've got a pitcher here, James Guyette, who was one of your top relievers last season, but now finds himself in the Friday night role. What do you like so far about Guyette?
Well, Jimmy was like a hybrid guy for us last year, but one of our most talented guys. You could stretch him out a little bit. You could bring him in to get the high leverage outs. And we just thought it would be good for Jimmy to grow as a player and to expand his role as a starter. And obviously, when he's going to pitch game 1 for us, we got a ton of confidence in him and his stuff.
3-1 pitch to Bingaman for ball 4. Let's go to the other side before we let you go. We were talking boxing on our coach's call earlier. Marciano is on the mound. He's throwing some good pitches. What's it going to take for your guys to get to him?
Yeah, well, I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts, so that name has nothing but success in my youth. 49-0 when your hometown hero is Rocky. Losing's not acceptable.
Right.
but Jake is a really talented kid. He's coming off a great outing against Youngstown State, and he's left-handed. He's had some success. He's going to throw strikes, so we know the ball's going to end up over the plate, and we got a really good offensive team, so we just got to stick with it. And we're going to have to beat really good people to go where we want to go this year, so this will be a good challenge for us.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight and across the course of the season.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Pete.
Pete Hughes, 8th season in Manhattan, 29th overall as a head coach, 856 career wins. 4 years at Oklahoma prior, Virginia Tech 7 years, Boston College 8. 28 seasons as head coach, Pat, coming into this year. 25 of those have been winning seasons, including all 7 during his tenure at K-State.
Yeah, it's an amazing story. I mean, especially from a guy, like he said, from Brockton, Massachusetts, to make his way down to the South and coach some great programs. Started at Trinity University, as you mentioned, and then Virginia Tech, Boston College, OU. I met Pete probably 15 years ago, and love that guy. He just brings that grit, that toughness to a team, and you see these teams that he coaches, and they tend to take on his mannerism and his culture.
Ballou hits it on the ground. A chance for his blue chipper and Kennedy and the defense to turn 2, and they do indeed. Bingham down. Ballou as well.
And this Wildcat program has just made some tremendous leaps last couple of seasons as we see that replay on the easy double play turn from Inouye to Kennedy to Murray. But it's that grittiness that Pete Hughes brings, and this team certainly is that.
Mentioned the success Super Regional in 2024. They went to Austin last year. That's where they saw their season end at the hands of the Longhorns. But they hit a school record 97 home runs. They had a team GPA of 3.24 as Mason McCrane, hitting out of the 9-hole, steps in with 2 outs. But he had said to us multiple times, we don't want to be that perceived bubble team. When you go into the selection show and finding out where everyone is, they want to change the perception of what K-State baseball is. He spoke to us about the support he's gotten from the athletic director, the facilities that they have, but figures that they can really do some things. Now you bring recruits in. His words were, we went from a high-level high school type facility to now we can compete with the best, and now the results beginning to show on the field.
Yeah, Toynton Family Stadium, it's a great place. It's certainly, when you think about Manhattan, Kansas, you don't think of like the old college blue blood, right? And you're exactly right, Tyler. He has changed the perception there. It's no longer, we're happy to be here in the postseason. Now he's raised that expectation level. These players really believe that they're supposed to get there every year, and that's really half the battle. You go out and get the talent you can get. And of course, trying to convince a player to come to Kansas State, that was difficult 5 years ago. It's not any longer.
Guyette, after the tough start, ahead 1-2.
A good battle here with Brandon McCrane. McCrane's fouled off a couple of really good deliveries. Just kind of stretching this at-bat out.
3 hits on the season and 6 at-bats prior for McCrane. He's walked 3 times, struck out once.
Yeah, he is a luxury to have in the 9-hole. This guy could easily be a leadoff hitter on most clubs. Came off a great summer, batted .304. Has a ton of speed, just a great profile. One of those versatile players, gives Butch Thompson a lot of options on how to use him.
Ready with the 2-2 pitch. In play, rope back up the middle, past the running Kennedy. 2-out base hit is some dirt to the trousers of McCrane to just see how it feels on the infield maybe.
Hey man, that was just a tremendous at bat. He battled off some really tough pitches from Guyette. This fastball comes in on his hands, might have been a little bit cut to it, but stayed on the inside part of the plate. He just gets his hands through the pitch and goes right back up the middle. You love to see that middle approach when you get to 2 strikes. Just try to keep that barrel of bat through the zone as long as you can.
Top of the order in Carter, who began things with a single. Will go back up the middle, chance to get out of the inning in just 1 pitch. To Carter, will do so for Guyette. His team will pick up the bats when we come back to Globe Life Field here on Flo.
The appetite for destruction returns. Guns N' Roses World Tour 2026. One night. Globe Life Field, September 9th. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com.
We've seen touchdowns, and we've seen home runs, but Arlington has never seen speed like this. A stampede of drivers who fear nothing and no one. Crowds that match the volume of 700 horsepower. A spectacle built between 2 of the most iconic stadiums on earth.
How cool.
This ain't our first rodeo, but it might be our fastest.
At Shriners Children's, we're home to the world's leading pediatric orthopedic care. Because so many life-changing advancements start here. We provide access to the best doctors and never allow your ability to pay for services to compromise the care your child needs. We're the first place to turn for the most common or complex orthopedic conditions. Home to possibility and empowering kids to achieve the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
How about the opening weekend of college baseball for D. Kennedy? Golden Spikes Award, D1 Baseball Player of the Week, Dick Hauser Trophy, Co-National Hitter of the Week. 538, he goes 7 for 13, 5 extra base hits, 3 home runs, 2 of those grand slams, 13 runs batted in. Wow.
None better in college baseball than D. Kennedy last week, and it's been fun watching this player mature over the last couple of seasons. You know, he started his career at University of Texas, got to Kansas State last season, put together a pretty solid season last year, but he has just exploded off the scene this year, and you're looking at a potential future major leaguer. He's just got a ton of tools and just a fun player to watch.
Getting to play in his home city from Fort Worth. And me, classic TV guy, I'm over here looking for the story when we're on our coach's call. And, all right, coach, what did you work on? What did you do with D to elevate the game? He's been so great. And he said LASIK surgery in the offseason.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's got a little swing and miss in there. You know, it's one of those things he does want to cut down on the strikeouts, but, yeah, you get a little eye surgery and start seeing the ball better. Wonder how that works.
He then expanded, did coach, and said, hey, we believed in him. It was the experience. It was allowing him to go 0 for 8 across a 2-day span last year in our program to keep him in the lineup. Other programs, it may have been, hey, you're going to sit down. We're going to let you figure it out, but it's hard to figure it out from the bench, which is where he will head now after looking at a called third strike from Marciano.
Well, Marciano is just dotting the mitt right now, and you get a player like as hot as D. Kennedy is, and you just get him frozen on a pitch, and that's just exactly what Jake Marciano can do to you.
Marciano working good. Had 18 pitches coming into that at-bat. 4 batters he's faced is Carlos Vasquez, the redshirt senior, be the batter to the plate for K-State.
I love what Butch Thompson said about his starting pitcher, Marciano. He said, you know, there's probably 6 pitchers that were vying for these 3 starting weekend spots. And he said there's just something about this guy. He doesn't overpower you with velocity. You know, not one of the strongest arms in the club. It's just his poise, his presence. He said, man, and I love a pitcher who doesn't walk people. That's what you get with Marciano. He's going to force you to put the ball in play.
And is really going to bolster the lineup when they get Griffin Graves back. It was a lat strain. He is with the team this weekend, was penciled in as the #1 starter. So when they get him back, tandeming with Marciano and the rest of that staff, as that ball dribbles down the line and bounces off the safety bag.
Yep, green base doesn't count. It is in foul territory.
They should make it red then.
That's right. Yeah, you like that safety bag. Got it last season. Of course, it's been around for years in softball, but yeah, just to help first baseman avoid those collisions on wide throws and give the runners a much safer path as well.
One-two count. All right, break down what we're seeing from Marciano and what are the K-State hitters seeing that's giving them so much difficulty right now.
Well, just a great mix of pitches. You know, he's got 3 pitches he's throwing for strikes at the moment. It's his fastball that's, you know, we talked about sitting upright. He's touched 90 a few times, but the breaking pitch is just nasty. He is tying those guys up. They're not seeing the spin off his left arm, and, you know, he's mixed in a couple of changeups as well to those right-handed hitters. So you get all 3 pitches working and you can spot it up. That's the formula for great success.
Coach Thompson has been really happy with the starts that he's got. 5 innings each, quality starting pitching thus far.
Marciano's just living at the bottom of that zone as well. So you'll see K-State make some adjustments here as you go. Sometimes first time around, you're trying to get comfortable with the pitcher. See the different spins. There's a center cut fastball that, in a way, just couldn't pull the trigger on.
Shintaro Inoue, the senior. What about stepping into a ballpark like this? What are your eyes looking at as a hitter? Try to cue on.
You're just trying to pick the ball up as soon as you can off that pitcher's hand. You know, that's always the key, is just trying to catch the spin as early as you can. You know, when you got a guy like Marciano that's around the plate, you got to get in the box ready to hit. The first strike you see is probably going to be the best strike you see in the entire sequence.
Inoue ahead 2-1.
Marciano can also change the speeds on his breaking ball. He'll kind of speed it up a little bit, maybe cut the break down, look like a little bit of a slider type movement. And he'll have more of a kind of a bender, kind of a slurve type movement as well.
What does he want here?
Yeah, he's going to go the breaking ball, I think.
2-2 pitch, 2 outs, base is empty. Fralick behind home, like the idea. How about here?
Nobody on, go back to the fastball, down and away. Make any way, put it in play.
He does. Easy work though in left field for Terrell. A 1-2-3 inning back-to-back to begin the ball game for the Auburn defense and their starting pitcher, Jake Marciano.
Every shot starts with belief. Something extraordinary can happen. Shriners Children's provides hope, healing, and the chance to dream big. They never allow the ability to pay to compromise the care children receive. Shriners Children's empowers the extraordinary, and you can too. Join me in supporting this life-changing cause and help provide the most amazing care anywhere.
The biggest weekend in rodeo is coming to Arlington, Texas. The American Rodeo Championship Weekend returns May 22nd and 23rd at Globe Life Field with special live performances from two-time Grammy-nominated Midland on Friday and country superstar Chris Young on Saturday. This is rodeo at its finest, and the only place to experience it is Globe Life Field. Don't wait. Tickets are on sale now at AmericanRodeo.com.
Winter, the only season you can't see a go-ahead home run. Can't witness a filthy strikeout.
Holy moly!
Can't even experience a walk-off.
That ball is history!
And you're reminded there really are only two seasons, winter and baseball.
How about that?
So how do you win your winter? You get ready for baseball. Single game tickets now on sale, all for Texas.
Ninth-ranked Auburn Tigers. Opening weekend, as mentioned, swept Youngstown State. Took until the third game to get the offense going, but then Tuesday, that 8-0 loss against Cincinnati. This is a team, Pat, coming off a Super Regionals that they host for the first time in program history. They lose to Coastal Carolina, eventual runners-up. Picked preseason to finish 5th in the SEC. They are stacked. A lot of returners from that team last year. Maybe surprising result on Tuesday night, but so far looking good.
Yeah, it's a lineup that's going to be really, really good as the season progresses. They've got off to a little bit of a slow start, but Butch Thompson feels like there's more depth to this team than he's ever had. He's actually got 13 position players that he could use interchangeably. So, yeah, a couple of the guys that are out with injury we talked about earlier. Chris Rembert, the biggest name that hurts at the top of that order, but he's got a lot of plug-and-play guys that can step in and deliver.
7 position players returning 10 pitchers. They have 18 newcomers. Trying to build off that super success last year.
Yeah, it's a team that hits for a lot of power, ton of home run potential. You know, one of the things I think Butch would like to see is just better execution, especially with runners in scoring position. That's been a little bit of an issue to start the season. Can't just sit back and rely on that back leg power. You got to put the ball in play, do a better job, especially with 2 strikes.
Spoke to those injuries as well, saying that hopefully with the guys that are filling in the gaps, you can get that experience and make for a stronger team in the longer run. Terrell, big cut it. The 2-1 offering to move it to 2-2. 6 College World Series in program history for Auburn. Their last was in 2022. They've been to 5 Supers, 2,154 wins in program history that began in 1949.
Yeah, this team will make the postseason. It's just a matter of how far they'll go. And if the pitching comes through, there's a lot of pitching depth. That's something that Auburn at times has had, but certainly a ton of big-time arms this year on this staff. And starting pitching comes through, which so far has done a tremendous job. I think it's been the strength of their team so far. Auburn can make a big run and could be a College World Series team.
No stranger to playing here. Their 3rd trip to Arlington in the last 5 seasons. 5-1 record across that span. They have won 5 consecutive in this ballpark. Long at bat, good battle here between Guyette, Bub Terrell.
Yeah, the Tigers have made Guyette work. He came into the inning with 41 pitches. Now with another full count here, they have done a great job of really adding to that pitch total.
I wanted to ask you about that because you were making that point when McCrane was up in the 9 hole. If you remember, it was a full count and he gets that single, but it was a 1 pitch at bat to Carter. But things like that, little nuances, 2 outs within the game that you're extending, you're adding 5 to 10 pitches to a starting pitcher, that adds up.
Oh, it adds up, and it's early in the season, so you don't expect pitchers to go much past 85, 90 pitches in their second start of the season. Guyette already at 50.
Well, on the ground, running in hard in the outfield, but Inoue showing off the wheels, showing off the arm to get the leadoff batter in Terrell. Preseason SEC, as mentioned, picked 5th. We saw Arkansas last weekend. LSU, the defending national champs. Pat, break down the SEC and what to watch in this stacked conference.
Yeah, it's a stacked all right. I mean, you could definitely see 12, 13 teams make the postseason. The tough part about the SEC is just a gauntlet trying to get through conference, right? It's a conference that can wear you down mentally, physically over the course of the season, but yeah, definitely from top to bottom, there's just there's no weak links in this conference.
How about this for Auburn? The series that they get to host and welcome in is back to the ball. Guevara flies out. They get Texas. They're opening home SEC series on March 20th. They get Arkansas for a 3-game set beginning weekend of April. Oklahoma at the end of the month. Close out on the road at Mississippi State, Georgia. But you get to welcome in Texas, Arkansas, and OU to your own digs.
And how about that? 4 of those 5 teams are in the top 25. OU started outside the top 25 this year, but after last weekend's performance, they popped in it. So, yeah, I mean, that's just the SEC. Every weekend is a dogfight. And you've got to have a team that can be physical, can take the knocks and the punches, and just battle through adversity. That's just what you're going to get.
My only beef is there's so many teams now that you don't get to see everybody play one another. So every year it's just kind of luck of the draw as to what the schedule is going to look like. But for Auburn, they're going to get a go at some of those big dogs in the conference. They miss LSU, but Texas is a team that's picked ahead of them, Arkansas as well, and Mississippi State. That's a loaded schedule.
Yep. It's just no way around it. You got to fight through it. You come out of that series and you're 5-4. You're feeling really good about yourself.
Chase Freilich, the batter at the plate, reached via a fielder's choice. Did get credit with the RBI, the lone run that we have on the board thus far on this quiet Friday night here in the ballpark. I'm going to ask them to pipe us in, and I'm going to start yelling at the fans.
A little different than that 23,000 we had for the Arkansas game.
It was an amazing weekend.
Had a great crowd.
It's an amazing experience for these teams, for these fans to play in here, not have to worry about weather. You know you're going to get to play. You know you're going to get first-class experience. A great way to usher in still a very young season.
Yeah, every coach talked about that, just this venue, the Rangers, Rev Sports, just how what an unbelievable tournament format it is. But then they also said it's the way they're treated. Like they're treated like big leaguers. And every coach just said, man, we love to come to Arlington to play just because of what the Rangers and Rev Sports have done with college baseball here the last few seasons.
Freilich put some juice into it to left field, but bowling there for 1-2-3 inning, and Guyette on the mound for K-State. Come on back. More college baseball from Arlington, Texas.
There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like the new Big Ranch Wrap, a crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or go bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with our Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese. Make it even bigger with fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a big deal. The What a Deal, now at What a Burger. Download the app.
Naylor Industries and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking, focusing on their business needs with lightning speed. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry. Because you're more than a customer, we're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, a banking partner who is just as invested in your growth as you are. Here we collaborate. Here you grow.
Forrest Frank, the Jesus Generation Tour. Live in a 360 in the round experience. With special guests Tori Kelly, Corey Asbury, plus the Figs. On sale now at ForrestFrank.com. Don't miss the Jesus Generation Tour with Forrest Frank.
Jesus is coming back.
Produced by TPR.
1-0 contest here at Globe Life Field. Number 9, Auburn against Kansas State, joined by the Tigers head coach, Butch Thompson. Coach, let's start with on the mound, what you're seeing from Marciano. What do you like?
Well, you know, it's our first road game, even though this is a neutral site, and just see our guys on the road and Marciano be settled the way it was in his start at home. He's gotten us 2 good frames against a very offensive club these first 4 games.
Yeah, Butch, Pat Combs here. He looks great, just spotting everything up really well, in control of his pitches. But you told us before you got here that this team is really physical. It's a big team. I mean, these guys look good in the uniform, Coach. I don't know what you're doing at Auburn, but they look great. But how's the game changed in the last number of years, just in terms of the type of player?
Oh, I think the training, I think the technique, I think the shortened draft, I think all the things all these other great coaches in this tournament tell you. And you're just seeing more talent on the field, more guys young and ready to play.
Yeah, I agree, Butch. And, we're looking at your schedule, looking ahead. I know you don't do that. You're one game at a time. But thinking about the SEC, you've got a number of great teams that you have to face right off the bat. How does a team get through that gauntlet in the SEC? What do you guys do to prepare your players?
Yeah, just one day at a time, right? So this is a great test for us.
There you go. Nice catch, Coach.
I should have caught it. This is a great test for us to prepare us, and that's why this is our 3rd trip to Arlington, is because these great coaches, these great teams, this is kind of one of the best things you can do to get prepared for a conference that looks like, I think the last 3 or 4 years we've had a top 5 schedule. I don't think this year is going to be any different.
Yeah, you welcome in some big dogs in the conference. I'm sure everybody's going to be hitting you up for tickets. Let's talk about your offense and what you saw from the start. We broke down the numbers, the runs scored thus far, but how they started this game and how they can continue on throughout.
Yeah, we've had trouble 3 or 4 games. It's not so much wins and losses right now. It's kind of process and execution, if you will. And 3 good at-bats to start off, a leadoff guy, and then we wind up getting a bunt hit, and everybody's doing everything we need to. A ground ball scored the run, and then, punch out. And I know we're capable. I've been watching us since August, but we've yet to hit our stride. And I know this Kansas State team has started off really strong, and we need some of those middle-order bats that we believe in, that have great track record to show up. That make a huge difference for us.
Well, Coach, you said one of the brightest spots, the starts that you've been getting, and you're getting another one right now thus far from Marciano. We'll let you get back to coaching. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, guys.
Jake Marciano, another punch out, sitting down. Madliak.
How about 5 of those already? 5 out of the 7 hitters he has faced.
Still first time through the order, and Coach, who was doing the interview, doing some fielding, as well as the foul ball went over his way.
Good reaction. You see that? He's little sidestep.
That's his office.
There it is. Got one coming. Oh, he should have caught that. Yeah, that has to be caught, Coach.
He was mid-answer, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Chandler Murray, batter at the plate. Ball's in play. Not a lot of that we've seen, but the defense to the task. And Clay to Bingaman. Make it 8 straight for Marciano.
Yeah, perfect start so far, and it's just keeping these Kansas State hitters off balance. They have not been able to dial in And he has not made many mistakes either. He's just been really picking corners, just cracking the glove and hitting his spots. It's just great to see a pitcher pitch, not just try to throw as hard as he can. And that's what you're seeing with Jake Marciano. Guy is dealing.
Mentioned too the respect for the offensive output in the lineup of K-State, what they've done thus far this season. Right now, Marciano working it. Final batter, first time through.
And the Cats hitter Dante Lewis, great athlete, patrols center field, just got some tremendous wheels. Really quick out of the box as well.
Has 2 hits on the season, has walked twice, no strikeouts. One of those 2 hits a double.
And you will see him on the mound at some point. He's touched 97, 98 with the fastball. Just those great 2-sport stars. We're seeing a lot more of that, Tyler, in college baseball, and for good reason with these rosters cut down.
So you're saying he's got speed and he's got a cannon.
And he's got speed. A lot of velo. In the arm and in the legs.
Every coach that we've spoke to across these 2 weeks thus far has spoke to the talent level and how it has risen in our game. The proliferation of NIL and the money at the collegiate level, and wow, Jake Marciano, maybe a guy we wouldn't watch at the collegiate level. He is dealing now 6 strikeouts on the young evening.
Yeah, and Marciano, all 3 pitches working. This one, a nasty breaking ball, freezes Dante Lewis, and 6 strikeout in his first 9 hitters. Marciano knocking him out.
Woodcraft and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking, creating a long-lasting relationship with open and quick communication. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry. Because you're more than a customer. We're more than a bank, and together we'll work to help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, the support you need to reach your business goals faster. Here we collaborate. Here you grow.
Every at-bat.
That one is gone!
Every pitch.
Got him swinging!
Every angle.
He will score, and the Rangers are in front!
From pregame to postgame. From the truck to the booth.
I hope you're fired up at home, sitting on the couch watching your favorite baseball team.
It all starts here. Rangers Sports Network, the official home of Rangers Baseball.
The Rangers Foundation is really proud to support our community where they need us and when they need us. Crowds are bigger each year, and we're able to bring our donors in, and with the silent and live auction, we've raised almost $9 million to give back to our community.
Every year I come and support our organization. That's what we do best, helping the community.
Well, all 3 weekends of college baseball here at Globe Life Field benefit Shriners Children's with a portion of ticket sales going to a worthy cause that is dedicated to improving the lives of children around the world. To donate, scan the QR code on your screen or visit collegebaseballseries.com. Ball in play. Deep into right field is where Niue was playing defensively. Guyette, you had talked about the pitch count, was at 57 prior to that, but at-bats like that help things out.
Yeah, I needed that one for sure. Get off to a quick start this inning, and 58th pitch, 36 of those for strikes, so it's not like he's been wild and walking guys. No, only 1 free pass. It's just been the extended at-bats. Auburn is making him work.
And after those first 3 hitters, it was single Carter, single Terrell, then the bunt single from Guevara. It's been good work. Got out of the bases loaded, no out jam. Did K-State in the defense. Clay struck out his first time up. Pat, do you remember who ended up winning the donation tally at the end of last weekend?
It was Arkansas.
It was Arkansas.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
doesn't surprise me.
Right.
Their fans
they
were
brought
out
the
in force. They had a good time, but it was such a cool weekend, such a cool cause. Talk, as just mentioned, money still going towards Shriners Children's. We had up in the booth the ambassadors for each team getting to experience a cool weekend, be on TV, share time with us, but just a testament further to the experience that this provides for everybody involved. I love it. We get a big, roomy booth.
That's right. Oh, there's a nervous mama.
She knows all about the strike zone.
She said, yeah, you can see that glove work inside. That was definitely a ball.
She's got Matthew Anderson, the home plate umpire, dialed up on Twitter. Chips a piece of that one.
Yeah, I guarantee you she's watched thousands of games over the course of Todd's career, and those mamas know the strike zone. If you don't believe them, just ask them.
2-2. No traffic. That one to the other side in the purple-clad cheering section. Pat, could you have imagined doing something like this during your collegiate days?
Oh, man. Yeah, we would have begged to have played in a Major League Stadium. Yeah. Great atmosphere, no doubt. And another full count for Guyette.
Another long at bat as the Auburn hitters continue to get their money's worth at the plate.
The ninth pitch upcoming to Todd Clay. He's got a great offensive approach. Hits with power, but also high average.
Guyette wins that one. After the long battle, the punch-out pitch. 84 miles an hour on the sinker.
Yeah, took something off it, spun it up there, and got it below the barrel. Nasty breaking ball, that sharp downward tilt right at the end, and Clay over the top of it. Great job, great battle. Mama didn't like it. That was still a good battle.
6 consecutive batters retired now by Guyette. Bingaman walked first time up. And really, that feels like it was the turning point for Guyette. Walks Bingaman to begin the second, but then his defense, he induces the ground ball, gets the 6-4-3. And from there, felt like he found more of a rhythm.
Yeah, no doubt. Has really settled in since that walk back in the second inning.
Had the 2 strikeouts to end the first, so.
Yeah, he's retired 7 in a row now, and yeah, a little rocky in the first. Gave up the 3 straight singles, but since then has not given up a hit.
Ball in play. A few steps back for the first baseman, Murray, but enough to flip it over to his covering pitcher, Guyette. In a 1-2-3 inning, 2 consecutive. 1-0 ball game. It's tight. Middle of the 4th. Come on back to Arlington, Texas. Globe Life Field.
Possible Missions and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking by sharing the same values both in the office and out in the community. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry. Because you're more than a customer, we're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, by being a true community partner. Here we collaborate. Here you grow.
There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like the new Big Ranch Wrap. A crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or go bigger with 5 premium Whataburger chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with our Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese. Make it even bigger with fries and a drink for a little more. Now that's a big deal. The What a Deal, now at What a Burger. Download the app.
Every shot starts with belief. Something extraordinary can happen. Shriners Children's provides hope, healing, and the chance to dream big. They never allow the ability to pay to compromise the care children receive. Shriners Children's empowers the extraordinary, and you can too. Join me in supporting this life-changing cause and help provide the most amazing care anywhere.
Jake Marciano working on the mound. The lefty doing a little bit of it all, striking batters out first time through. Good stuff.
Hey, it's on Pete Hughes. He talked about Rocky Marciano being 49-0, and it's not Rocky, it's Jake Marciano. He is throwing some knockout pitches against the Kansas State Wildcats. They have yet to figure him out. 6 out of the first 9 hitters have been retired by the strikeout. He has thrown 42 pitches, 29 of those for strikes. How about 69% strike-to-ball ratio? Pretty impressive.
Okay, so tell me on the flip side for K-State, second time through the order, when you've seen that, how do you try to figure a guy like this out?
Yeah, it's really cutting the plate in half now. You know, he's just got working all 3 pitches for strikes. It's just really hard to cover 17 inches of plate when a guy is that dialed in. So got to cut the plate in half, look for a particular zone, and you get the pitch in that zone, you just can't miss it.
Bolin went down looking, but looked that across for a 3-0 strike.
Marciano has yet to walk a batter so far in a couple of starts.
Yeah, it took till Murray in the 8-hole to test the defense, and Bolin trying to leg it out. Will get over, as does the ball, over towards the K-State dugout, but top of the order, second time through. Bobby Bolin will get on with a little bit of speed. Great placement.
Well, that's a great idea by Bolin. Saw Todd Clay playing back behind the bag at third base and had a 3-1 count. You don't expect a bunt with a 3-1 count, but Bolin sees it. Clay picks it up, but he was way late getting there. Just couldn't get the handle on it. Looked like he threw a changeup to first base, and yeah, Bingaman can't come up with it. Bolin unable to advance, but he'll be the first Wildcat hitter to reach base via the single on the bunt.
Hit of the ball game.
Yep.
But I would think that Coach Thompson very pleased thus far, and looking over, and gets him out quickly. So Marciano wastes no time and picks off the runner in Bolin.
Yeah, just a great pickoff move by Marciano, and had Bolin leaning, but yep, there he goes, one step off, and he was picked. Yeah, great job by Bingaman. He had to go way back behind the base to make the tag. Tagged Bolin high. It looked like for a second he was thinking about trying to get his coach to buy into replay, but Coach Hughes is having none of it.
So as K-State wrestles just a little bit of offensive momentum to get their leadoff man on. Marciano, we'll just start calling this like it's a title fight. Marciano swings back, delivers a quality scoring blow with the pickoff move. Gallagher flew out to right field, his first at bat.
And I guarantee you that the Cats have seen that pickoff move numerous times in film, but it's one thing to see it on the video screen. It's another thing when you get in the game and see how deceptive that move was. You saw Bolin take that jab step towards second base and got completely tricked up.
Shallow left, shortstop will call off. Guevara makes the grab for out number 2. What does that do for a pitcher? Just confidence-wise, if you get a guy on, but then you turn over real quick and pick him off.
Yeah, huge lift. I mean, mentally you're thinking, I've got my leadoff guy on now. Now I've got to go to work. And Marciano then erases him quickly, but yeah, it's just a big lift mentally.
Is that as good as a good punch out?
Yeah, I mean, leadoff guys, when you get the leadoff man on, they typically score, I think it's 1.8 runs per inning when that leadoff guy gets on. So you race that guy, and it's a huge turnaround momentum-wise as well.
And you get Gallagher to pop up. Vasco struck out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, especially when you've got the middle of the order coming up, right? So you get that leadoff guy on, now you erase him. Now you get to face a Vasco with nobody on base.
He will get on base, though, himself with a 2-out single right back up the middle where it came from. After no hits, 3 innings first time through, 2 hits in this inning, some 2-out traffic.
Yeah, and how big is that pickoff now, right? It's first and third, 1 out instead of man on first, 2 outs. That's what that base running mistake can cost you.
All right, let's see how this battle goes. Kennedy went down looking, first time up. As hot of a bat as you would find in the country after one weekend. Eye on the runner, checking a Vasco, but
yeah, so hard to keep that pace up. It's just a torrid pace to start the year. Coming in, batting .500, a couple of doubles, 3 home runs, tied in the country in RBI with 15. I mean, it's just really difficult to keep it up.
That's a once-in-a-lifetime type weekend, right?
It's an amazing start.
You mentioned Kennedy began his career at Texas playing as a freshman, 52 games, appeared in 40 starts.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee you, it's not just the numbers jumping off the page, but going over the scouting reports. This is the guy in the lineup you can't let beat you at the moment, especially Marciano. He's got matched up well with the Vasco, lefty on lefty, but I promise you, they were having that conversation with Everett Tieford, the pitching coach for the Tigers, saying, hey, we get a guy on base, or if there's a run in scoring position, we got to be really careful with D. Kennedy.
Awaits the 1-1. Pops that in there, 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, he is just crushing that inside corner against right-handers, and that just opens up all of his other pitches, especially that changeup away.
What does he look for here?
Yeah, I think he goes off speed. It's been nasty. Went back to the changeup. That's the game. Fastball hard in, soft stuff away. Now he can spin one here, go right back to that fastball in with 2 strikes.
Vasco over on first, out in front of that one, gets Kennedy swinging for out number 3. So a couple of hits finally for K-State, but Marciano and the defense to the task.
Yeah, nasty pitch there. That's the pickoff of Bolin to start the inning. It just changed the momentum of that inning entirely. And then Marciano with the strikeout of D. Kennedy to end it. 1-0 Auburn.
Bowman Engineering and Consulting and their dedicated Amegy business banker worked together to put the us in business banking, which included the occasional lunch meeting. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry, because you're more than a customer, we're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing. With comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, planning sessions whenever you need them. Here we collaborate. Here you grow. Naylor Industries and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking, focusing on their business needs with lightning speed. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry. Because you're more than a customer, we're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, a banking partner who is just as invested in your growth as you are. Here we collaborate. Here you grow.
Auburn head coach Butch Thompson talked about this as a road game, even though it's a neutral site, but this kind of has the feel of home digs for the Auburn Tigers. Third trip to Arlington the last 5 seasons. Mentioned they have won 5 straight, couple wins over ranked teams and looking comfortable. Bellew at the plate, first pitch cut, single to right field.
Yeah, aggressive at bat for Bellew and makes it count. Ball gets in on his hands just a tad, but able to muscle out to right field to open this inning up. Well, Tyler, not a team expected to struggle offensively, or the Tigers, but they have gotten off to a slow start. This lineup is built for a ton of power.
There's some power.
Yeah.
Ranging in from right field to the deck, makes the grab for the out, trying to double off the runner. The ball careens all the way to the backstop, but Lewis being waved off by Vasquez, who hauls from right to make the grab just off the grass.
Yeah, great sliding catch by Vasquez, and had to go a long way to catch up to it. Ball was popped up off the bat of Crane, but looked like center fielder Dante Lewis broke back on it. He had no shot, so he gives way to Vasquez, and great job, great sliding catch, almost gets the double play. Just could not quite get Bellew at first base as he knocks off Chandler Murray's glove, sliding back in head first.
I've always thought you need a better way to score that than just F9. It's not just a standard, throw it on the card as a fly out to right field. Great effort. As things flip over to the top of the lineup, third time with Bristol Carter. It was 74 pitches for Guyette heading into this at-bat, so pivotal moment as to what the decision will be moving forward. Carter 1 for 2, single and the lone run scored in the contest thus far.
Well, Cade Bellew got caught off at first because he was, 3/4 of the way to second, thinking that ball was going to drop in before that sliding catch by Vasquez. And
Vasquez
scurrying back. Yeah.
Get up off the deck and still nearly made the play to double off the runner. So good defense behind Guyette. Carter was out, back up the middle to second.
Yeah, Guyette down 78 pitches here in the 5th inning. Has recorded 1 out. The Tigers have really extended his pitch count.
Turning around and throwing to second where the runner is out. So more defense from the K-State side to clear the base paths.
Yeah, Bellew was going on movement that time and just took an early break. Guy does a good job of not panicking and balking. Steps off the back of the rubber. Well, that tag was high. Looked like Bellew may have gotten his hand in there, but tag just before his hand touches. They did not challenge, so that'll be out number 2. Second base running mistake we've seen in the last couple of innings.
So how that changes the complexion of this inning. Bellew first pitch single. And he now out. Great defensive play, Vasquez, and turning around and playing defense from his position with Guyette. Count it 3-2. Trying to get out of this inning. Make it his third consecutive 1-2-3. Tries the inside, but pumped up is Carter after the walk.
Yeah, not a guy you want to walk either. Has just elite speed, and he's a player that Butch Thompson said he just comes such a long way in terms of maturity and much more patient hitter. That time almost gets nipped on the leg, but he is fired up. And those base running mistakes would have been a runner in scoring position had Ballou not been cut off first.
Terrell a single and grounded out to second.
Guyette starting to labor a bit. Then strike zone is seemingly getting a little bit smaller. He's getting wider on that plate.
Must have read my eyes. I was looking out towards the bullpen and wondering, with this batter in Bub Terrell, how pivotal that will be for Guyette and K-State. Will they have to dip into the bullpen? Do they get out of the inning?
Yeah, Guyette not especially quick to the plate. Carter should be looking for a pitch to run on.
No one up and throwing.
I imagine they'll let him get to that 90 pitch mark. Getting close to it now. A little surprised nobody's up and throwing, but Terrell gets on, you'll definitely see somebody up.
Keeping an eye on Carter.
A good pitch to run here, 1-1 if they think he's going to spin one.
Situation remains as described by my partner. Runner does go, throw, not in time.
Yeah, huge jump. I think you saw on the split screen there, great job by our crew to pick up that huge jump. Actually had a step before Guyette picked up his foot. No way for Madliak to throw him out. Stolen easily. It's just a good read by the base runner.
Third stolen base on the season for Carter. Now in scoring position. Carter dancing around. Back up the middle, off the glove of Guyette. Looking at the runner, charging for a home. Unawares was the third baseman, looked to tag, but now the throw over to second. Out is the runner who started in Terrell, but the run comes across. What a sequence.
Well, the ball was up the middle, and Bristol Carter was just not going to slow down. He ran at third base and kept on going, and third baseman Grant Gallagher turned around looking for the tag, and he was nowhere to be found. He was crossing the home plate. Heads up play by Gallagher to get it back over to Inouye to retire Terrell coming for first base. But Tigers will add another run on that goofy play. All the speed of Bristol Carter.
Woodcraft and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking, creating a long-lasting relationship with open and quick communication. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry, because you're more than a customer. We're more than a bank, and together we'll work to help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, the support you need to reach your business goals faster. Here we collaborate. Here you grow. Possible Missions and their dedicated Amegy business banker work together to put the us in business banking by sharing the same values both in the office and out in the community. Now it's your turn with your own dedicated Amegy business banker with banking experience in your industry, because you're more than a customer. We're more than a bank, and together we'll help put your business on solid financial footing with comprehensive financing options, earned interest on your accounts, and yes, by being a true community partner. Here we collaborate. Here you grow.
So this under official review, it was called as an out, and Bub Terrell at second base that would have ended the inning as the third out. The run did score in Carter, hard charging for home, but looking at that tag that was applied, and was it an out of Terrell that would end the inning but still bring a run home to make it 2-0 is the question. To both of us up here, we thought definitively he was out.
Yeah, a great swim move there. Yeah, that's a great swim move. You can see the left arm coming up and avoiding the tag, and looks like by the time that Inoue places that tag on his hip, that right hand is at the base. So this very well could get overturned. Now the question is always, is there enough video evidence to overturn the call? And that's what the umpires are trying to distinguish at the moment.
And they do confirm the call as made on the field for out number 3 of the top of the 5th inning. But 2-0 it will stand, as both teams will head back to the dugout, and we will take another break. But Auburn adds one more to the tally. K-State tries to cut into that lead when we come back to Globe Life. We were talking the hot start, 4-0 at the MLB Desert Invitational, and we're trying to cut down the opponents, was I, in Iowa, UConn, and Penn State, but neither was Coach. He was just talking about that these were teams that were coming from scrimmaging, playing indoors, not getting the benefit of being outside. So after they begin that weekend 4-0 with an 11-8 victory over Air Force, said they came back, did some class time, some laundry, would turn around and do it again. But very happy with the way that this ball club is looking. The pitching staff deep. We've talked about the returning big names, but the overall desire of trying to change the perception of not just a team that's iffy to make the NCAA tournament, but one that, as you mentioned, first time since 2010-11, back-to-back NCAA tournaments. They want to break through, though.
Yeah,
go to Omaha. That's the next step.
Yeah, it is the next step, and it's they're there, they're ready. You know, it's like Pete Hughes said. Hey, we're tired of the perception of we're just happy to be here, and what a play!
Ball glove down by Clay, long throw, stretching out at first. Bingaman to get out Vasquez.
Yeah, Clay going horizontal to stop that on the infield and make a strong throw across to first base, and just an outstanding defensive play by the Tiger third baseman.
See just what they've done Decade prior, last 2 years, 2 30-win seasons, 2 NCAAs, 1 Super Regional 2 years ago. And I mentioned for Coach Hughes, all winning seasons in his time has changed the perception, the impact that they're making. This a hard hit ball out to left. Nothing doing. Terrell, after he had to wait it out at second base for a long time to turn over that last inning. Sanui is down as the second batter.
Yeah, Tyler, this Kansas State team was just an inning or two away from getting to the College World Series back in 2024. So they have definitely turned the corner. And you know, I love what Pete Hughes says. He says, you know, we go out now expecting to win, expecting to get deep into the postseason. It's no longer a matter if we're going to get there. It's a matter of how deep we're going to go. And he has got these players thinking College World Series now. And you know, $19 million of upgrades at the home stadium doesn't hurt. They have upgraded their facilities. So they've got a great staff. Coaching staff has just really raised the level of this program across the board.
They're Madliak, the catcher. There's a batter at the plate. I asked Coach about Big 12 preseason poll. TCU is the unanimous favorite, 13 first place votes, but K-State coming in at 7th. Said that doesn't bother me, about right. We have some smart coaches in this league. But then I asked him about the players, as they had no players on the preseason team. He said, good luck, guys. I guess we don't have any players. But, then he did tell us that put up on the scoreboard their last 5 practices, the preseason coaches poll and the preseason players poll. It's a little bit of extra motivation for his
chip
squad.
on their shoulder for sure. Well, I'll tell you what, AJ Vasco, he's got Big 12 Player of the Year written all over him. This guy is just super talented. You're going to see him play a lot at the next level. Of course, Deke Kennedy, just the transformation that you've seen with him over the last couple of seasons.
Madliak. Marciano continues to deal a 1-2-3 inning. Got their hands full tonight trying to figure out the Auburn Ace here on a Friday night. Deep in the heart of Texas. 2-0 contest. Marciano continuing to protect his team's lead after 5.
Griffin Graves.
Fun night here at the ballpark, Globe Life Field, Arlington, Texas, home of the Texas Rangers. Packed day began early on. It was a 6-1 victory for Florida State over Michigan. 8 Seminoles had a hit, 13 total hits. Their lefty Wes Mendez went 5 1/3, 7 strikeouts across his 89 pitches. Their third baseman Gabe Fraser, 3 for 5. He was a home run short of the cycle. And then a Nebraska-Louisville game. Louisville, the competitor here that was in Omaha last season. It was a 2-1 Nebraska lead. The bottom of 6, the bases loaded with no outs. There was a 2-out ground rule, 2 RBI double by Griffin Crane. Made it 3-2, and then a solo home run from Davis in the bottom of the 7th. Made it 4-2 eventually. But here we are, another weekend in Arlington, another weekend in Globe Life, another slate of teams that feels like an NCAA regional weekend.
Yeah, every coach said the same. It's you know, the level of competition here is just so spectacular, and you get a little taste of it early in the season about what the postseason can feel like and look like. And of Of course, Auburn coming off that super regional loss at home last year, and Butch Thompson said, man, that just kind of lit a fire for us. There's been a hunger with this team this year, and a team that definitely is playing with a chip on their shoulder to get back. It's a long way to get to the postseason from today, but certainly, Tyler, what we're talking about is, you know, these coaches getting a real good look against some great competition. You're seeing quality arms all weekend. These lineups are stacked. I mean, this Auburn Tiger lineup is probably one of the most physical lineups that Butch Thompson's ever fielded.
Eric Guevara, the batter that will begin the top of the 6th inning. Hard charge into this ball, ranging back. Lewis to the track, making it look easy.
That ball was hit well off the bat of Guevara, just to one of the deepest parts of the ballpark. 407 dead center here at Globe Life Field, and Dante Lewis tracking it down.
All right, so they didn't bring out the Gatorade coolers you're saying that they used last weekend, because last weekend, how many total home runs?
Right. Was there 21, 22, something like that? It was crazy.
Man, it was left and right just coming off the bat.
Well, this former pitcher, of course, I'm thinking of the ball's juiced or the bat's juiced. What's going on with all these home runs?
Who was it, the coach
Life?
that we spoke to? I'm sure we'll get into it across the course of the weekend and when I pull up my notes, but I believe you had asked about the ball and between a major league ball and the minor league ball, and they'd said, well, you know, now this ball looks somewhere in the. He had said, "I'm no engineer for Rawlings." You remember
right.
which coach it was?
Oh, who was that? We had somebody during the week, but
he had told us about the ball. This is your job. That's what they get into. They know that, and you have to track that. And hey, what is this attributed to?
Oh, that was Link Jarrett.
There you go.
That was Link. Yeah, Florida State coach.
Yep.
So, yeah, talking about the difference in the balls. Now, what he's talking about is, you know, there was, I guess, a rumor going around that some of the major league balls were more tightly wound, and so it makes it a harder ball, and it travels further, right? If it's a harder ball off the bat, and he feels like the minor league balls aren't quite as juiced, but he says the college ball now really is starting to be more like the major league ball, less like the minor league ball.
Okay.
In his opinion.
But the caveat there, he's no engineer. He said it himself.
He hasn't undertaken the unwinding of the baseballs to really figure that piece out.
But I think to take it back to Auburn and what you've seen, you know, with these players and what we've heard from all of these coaches is the trickle-down effect is real now in the college baseball game, from what we've seen happen with the minor league system, from what we've seen in availability with money at NIL, that the elevation of the talent level, guys that used to never hit the college level are here, and they're playing for 1, 2, 3 years sometimes.
Yeah, I think, Tyler, that's a great point. It's probably the bigger point than the balls or the bats being juiced. It's just the physicalness of the game at the college level has changed tremendously the past 10 years. In fact, you know, you're seeing guys get drafted, especially some of these SEC players. I think, was it 83 players from the SEC that started on major league rosters last year. And you're seeing guys that are now almost big league ready when they leave these programs.
On the ground, heavy shift on at the shortstop. Kennedy comes over to make out number 2. Yeah, and why not? Especially when we talk to these coaches. $19 million, you said, for K-State. We know the arms race that's happening in the SEC across all sports, but the ability at all levels to come in, the strength and conditioning at your disposal, the nutrition program.
Oh, yeah, the strength program is completely different these days, yeah, no doubt.
Well, what about the grub? I mean, what was your meal looking like as a collegiate athlete?
Yeah, we were happy with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, yeah.
You know, now you get smoothie bar, omelet bar. You know, these are, as they should be. These collegiate athletes have worked so hard and worked so hard, deserving of having all of those things that help them put this product on the field that we get to sit up here and talk about. But it's night and day.
Yeah, it's all changed. And, you know, years ago, we had, we'd go over to the football, you know, locker room and get dressed and do our preseason drills, our fall, you know, weightlifting. It was in the football facility. Well, now the baseball facilities have their own weight rooms because it's specific to that sport and it's different, you know, mechanics, and so they've got trainers now that understand, you know, how do you build a pitcher's arm strength versus how do you get a position player ready. Well, we used to have the old football staff train us. They had no idea coach up a baseball player.
Yeah, there's the clean rack, there's the bench press, and there's some dumbbells.
Go run the stands in the stadium, boys. We'll see you in 30 minutes.
Yeah, how you approach it for a center fielder is completely different than a catcher, or what you need to be effective at first base.
Absolutely, yeah. Different muscle sets, and for pitchers, obviously you're not looking for bulk, you're just looking for long, strong muscles, and so it's a completely different way to train. And I think too, it points to the level of training that's gone downhill, even into the high school ranks. And these players are much better taken care of. They're hiring personal, hitting and pitching coaches at younger ages. So yeah, it's just a completely different game. But the college game has certainly been elevated, and you love to see it. Look at the teams that made it to Omaha last year, and you watch the TV ratings go up, and the game is drawing more fans. It's just it's a great brand of baseball.
To talk pitching, Guyette, prior to this at bat, 96 pitches. So he's out after getting the first two. Try to work through this 6th inning, and now to 3-2 count to Steele. Gets a swing and a miss in a 1-2-3 inning. So Guyette having a good night on the mound for K-State. Is he done? You'll have to wait and find out. But how about this strikeout?
Yeah, he's been solid. Give up the 2 runs, but has the 5 strikeouts on the evening. Only walked a couple of hitters, and has kept his team in the game. Now it's up to the Wildcat offense to get something going. Down 2-0.
Well, it's Friday night in college baseball, so you'd expect to see some live arms on the mound. Shriners Children's, the benefactor all weekend long, challenging fans, as we talked about, seeing which team can raise the most money. Scan the QR code. Donations of $100 or more earn an exclusive Shriners Children's t-shirt. Move your team up in the fundraising leaderboard. Scan or visit shrinershowdown.org to donate.
Check out that ice cream. Man, that's what we need up here.
Brain freeze. So I was talking pitching and what you would expect, what we've seen from Jake Marciano thus far. Pretty good stuff.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, talk about freezing them. Man, he is freezing some hitters tonight. And yeah, just super impressed with Jake Marciano. The only bad thing about it, Tyler, is he's just a really selfish pitcher as he gets the ground ball. Finally gets a ground ball because he struck out 20 hitters in his first 10 innings of work. Every 3 hitters he's facing, he's striking out 2 of them. Doesn't like to share the baseball with his infielders or his outfielders, but what a performance in his first 2 starts of this 2026 season.
Quick work of Murray on the ground out to McCrane at second. Still under that 70 pitch threshold. Second time through the order, 9-hole hitter in the center fielder, Lewis. Right back to second. So he's showing some love to McCrane defensively. Top of the order with 2 down, no on.
Starting to share the baseball a little bit. Well, Wildcats starting to make contact, but it's still not solid. A couple of easy ground outs to start this inning to Brandon McCrane at second base, but that is an improvement.
So what's it take to spark an offense? Guy in the dugout, 3rd time through, how do you find it?
Yeah, you've got to have somebody that just generates some pop and, hit a double, try to get something going, bring the energy back to the dugout. just really hard to do against a guy that's so dialed in. And there's times as a hitter you just tip your cap, but there's also times when you make the adjustment and say, okay, I'm going to go up with this at bat, with this approach, look for a particular pitch in this zone, and I'm going to rip it.
It was Bolin who looked like he was going to be that spark at the beginning of the 4th inning that got on with the single. Well-placed ball, but then immediately Marciano picks him off over at first, so Bolin trying to find his way, and Bingaman will do it himself over at first. Another 1-2-3 inning back-to-backs for Marciano. Continues to cruise, continues to protect that 2-0 lead for the 9th-ranked Auburn Tigers. Todd Clay will be the batter to begin the inning for the Auburn Tigers. Showed you Mom Sandra. Her last time at the plate. Emotionally, she wasn't standing there, but she couldn't bear to watch. So he will try to build on this Auburn lead.
Yep, I know that feeling. I've been there. I've watched my kids play college baseball, and you know, I never buried my face, but I certainly understand the emotion there.
So after 2 strikeouts against Guyette, he will try to find his way against a new pitcher for Kansas State. Coming on will be Billy Ike, standing at 6'6", the righty, senior. First off, tell me what to expect from Ike.
Yeah, part of this depth of the bullpen that we've been talking about. You know, there's a lot of great arms that Pete Hughes has to choose from. Billy Ike stands at 6'7". It's a power arm. The fastball is going to sit in the low 90s. Former Division II starter now finds his way to Kansas State for his senior season.
Played at Barry University, 20 appearances, 15 starts, 5.97 career ERA. Had 15 starts in his last year, 5-3 record.
Yeah, having a problem getting a feel of that slider. It's thrown a couple up in the zone. The fastball, the previous pitch, did touch 95. So the arm is definitely there. Now it's just the command that needs to follow through.
Mention for Clay, AAC, American Athletic Conference Newcomer of the Year, second team All AAC at UAB. Team leader in hits was 69, but trading that jersey for one of the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, had a good pitch to hit. That time fastball right down central.
Full count, looking for his first hit in the uniform. Mom watching. Son fouls one off.
That's what you call emotionally invested.
It's called being a mom, right?
That's right.
Being a parent. Goes up top, does Ike. 95 on the gun with the fastball. Mom will have to wait to the next time.
Yeah, just chased that fastball up and I caught him with a 95 at the numbers. Tough one to lay off, full count. Looks good coming out of the hand, and just stayed up the whole time. That was right in his neck.
That didn't look like D2 stuff.
Yeah. That's a guy like Todd Clay, just searching for that first hit and just pressing a little bit, trying too hard.
Tell me about the night for Guyette. What'd you like?
You know, he battled through, especially early on. He got in trouble in the first inning, hung in there, just kept his composure. You love to see that out of a Friday night guy. You know, the team gets behind 2-0, but he kept battling, kept his team in the game. That's all you can ask for. He did his job. Got him past the 6th inning, and so that'll go down as a quality start for Guyette.
Ooh, Ike loses that one inside to Bingaman, who dives out of the way.
That is some chin music.
For Guyette, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, faced 23 batters through 102 pitches. Billy, no stranger, or is a stranger to a barber chair. Get some flow going in the back. That's straight hair, though.
That is, man. Long and straight.
See what he has here at 3-1 to Bingaman. Inside, but just muscled enough by the first baseman out to shallow left field for a 1-out single.
Yeah, it just shows you how strong Bingaman is. That ball ate him up on the hands and able to get it up above and over the glove of D. Kennedy into left field. Go down as a knock for Bingaman.
Cade Ballou, third at bat. Singled last time up, grounded into the double play in the second. Ike checks the runner and delivers with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, Ballou, just a great combination of power and speed. Guy's got a really high ceiling. Not able to catch up with that fastball.
If you've burned 2 by, do you call another?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd go up above his hands, try to see if he'll chase the fastball up.
He did, but he clipped a piece. Kid Ballou.
Let's see if he'll chase the one around his neck. Got Clay to chase one that high. Sometimes those high spin rate fastballs, man, they come out about chest high and it looks like a juicy fastball. You just can't quite catch up to it. See if Ike tries to climb the zone on him.
Contacts this. Lewis ranging, makes the grab. Trotting back to first will Bingaman. 2 down.
I finally cut up to that fastball, but hit it a bit off the end of the bat. Good job by Ike that time working ahead of the hitter. He fell behind his first 2 hitters.
Are you familiar with Barry University?
I am not.
Any guesses as to where?
You got me.
I had no idea either. How about this? Miami Shores, Florida. Telling me Ike was doing South Beach with that flow? Those to McCrane, 9-hole hitter. Ball is playable, ranging towards foul territory. Some wheels from the right fielder. Vasquez, we've seen him do that once before, going the other way and makes the grab to get out McCrane. The new pitcher, Ike, comes in, throws heat, works his defense. Can his team find some offense? Trailing 2-0. Bottom of the 7th inning, K-State to the plate when we come back. Got a packed weekend slate of college baseball here for you on FloCollege weekend number 2 of the season. We will start things off 11 a.m. Louisville College World Series team from last season, comeback victory today. They will take on Michigan. Michigan losers in their contest earlier than Florida State. Auburn in the midday, and then the evening, a battle of former Big 8, Big 12 foes, Kansas State, Nebraska. Still weird to say that they're not conference foes.
Right.
You know, make it right, please, whoever's out there.
Make it right.
Tyler Denning, Pat Combs, as it looks like Marciano's night will be done, and incredible, A- start. What would you give it for a grade?
Oh, man. I think it's a solid A. I mean, the guy gave up 2 hits. Just had an incredible outing tonight on the heels of a 5-inning outing last week. Had a no decision last week. He stands to win this game, going 6 innings, punching out 8, no walks. Has yet to walk a hitter in 2 starts. That's just really impressive.
Yeah, I just didn't want to go A+, but I mean, there was very little to critique for their starter. We'd mentioned Griffin Graves, a lefty that they expect to get back and be their number 1. So the ball given up from Marciano. No runs on the board. Bottom of the 7th inning. Auburn trying to bounce back after that loss on Tuesday at home against Cincinnati.
Well, now Drew Whalen taking over for Auburn.
Junior from Nashville, Tennessee.
Transfer from Western Kentucky. Had an outstanding season last year. Had 90 strikeouts in 81 innings.
2025 Conference USA Pitcher of the Year. ABCA first team All Midwest region, All CUSA first team. He's coming off a freshman season. He's all freshman, 9-3 record, 3.53 ERA for Whalen.
Yeah, fastball, cutter, slider mix. Let's hit low 90s with a fastball, and pretty good heater. Gets a little sink down in the zone.
Opponents hit 235. Crosses 81 2/3 innings. Gallagher trying to spark this Kansas State offense, find some life. Just 1 inning in which the leadoff man reached. Pat, you broke down the numbers and how important that is in the game. what it does for run scoring when you can get that lead-off batter on.
Yeah, Gallagher with an eagle eye led the country in walks last season. Works his count full.
On the ground to short. Defense hasn't been asked to do a whole lot, but easily to the task. Guevara relays to Bingaman to get the opening out.
A good comeback by Whalen. Got down in the count 3-0, and a couple of good pitches on the outside corner. That time goes across the middle plate but down, and Gallagher unable to handle it much.
All right, so as a pitcher, you've been there, Whalen. When you come in where you know a guy's thrown a gem, there's that goose egg on the board in terms of runs. What's your mentality?
Yeah, a little extra motivation. Yeah, protect that goose egg, right? You want to get that team shutout. That used to be a steak dinner for our pitching coach, so we always wanted to get into his wallet.
That was a long time ago, so the statute of limitations.
Right. It's run out.
Vasco on the night, singled last time up, struck out in his first. So what does Whalen have in dealing to him? Flip side for the batters, when a guy's gone, you haven't necessarily chased him, but when you get a look at a new arm, is it, hey, fresh start, let's get to this guy?
Well, that's it. You know, you get a guy that shut you down for 6 innings, and you're like, well, thank you. Now he's out of the game. Let's go back to work. And now you got to face another guy that's got really good stuff as well. But yeah, oftentimes that's the mentality of the offense, man. We just get this guy out of the game, give us a shot at it. Well, tip of the cap to pitching coach for the Tigers, Everett Tiefert. He has done a tremendous job with his staff, and you talk about the recruiting he's done, the kind of the building up over the few years he's been in that position. Everybody knew Auburn's offense was going to be good this year, but I think the pitching staff kind of took that personal. Like, hey, we're a pretty good staff here too.
Another one for Guevara.
And that was a big out, getting to Vasco and keeping him off base ahead of D. Kennedy, who we talked about already has 3 dongs for the season. You ought to definitely face that guy with nobody on.
Yeah, they've only been able to offer traffic once, and Kennedy had to play 2 strikeouts. Beg your pardon on the last one. It was Clay from third that was all the way ranged over to cover where they wanted to try to pitch at Vasco, and they get it to go. 2 up, 2 down. Kennedy trying to find a favorable count, flash that bat. Golden Spikes Award, D1 Baseball Player of the Week, Co-National Hitter of the Week. Second Wildcat to win Golden Spikes Award. Weekly, Maximus Martin did it last season. Coach, though, credited his jump in maturity as well.
Yeah, that guy's body's changed quite a bit since he arrived as a freshman. Put on some weight, got in that weight room, and boy, it is showing in spades this season.
Has a hunger to learn the game per his coach, try to understand it at a different level. It's like that's where he can close that gap. Being presence as a leader. Also what he can add defensively at the shortstop position, but needing his bat helped carry them to this perfect record coming into tonight.
Well, Marciano got him twice, a couple of Ks, one in the second, one in the fourth. Having a better at bat here in his 3rd plate appearance. Cue balled that slider from Whalen. Home plate umpire Matt Anderson having to reload with some baseball, so brief timeout.
Whalen ready, Kennedy awaits. 3-2 count. Gets him looking. Rough night at the plate for Kennedy. His team struggling offensively as a whole. Testament to the quality of the Auburn pitching. Whalen coming in, picking up right where Marciano left out. 1, 2, 3 inning. 8-9 still to play here at Globe Life. Two 2-0 contest here on day number 1 of week number 2. Game 3 of the day. Number 9, Auburn, protecting that lead. They got 1 in the first inning, but the story has been the start from Jake Marciano. 6 innings, 2 hits allowed, 8 strikeouts, no walks across the 19 batters that he faced through 72 pitches, 50 of them strikes. Bub Terrell has the 2 singles and the RBI. That was in the 5th. K-State trying to find offense. Auburn trying to build on their lead. Ike back out onto the mound. I just want more iPad time. Maybe they're watching FloCollege.
Yeah, great ball game going on. Turn around here.
You know, they got the FloCollege on the iPad. They said, I want to listen to Tyler and Pat up in the booth.
Well, Butch Thompson gave a lot of accolades to his pitching coach, Everett Tieford. Said, you know, he's just kind of been building this talent ever since he arrived 3 years ago here to Auburn, and was certainly showing the depth of the staff. As we talked about, there were 6 guys really fighting for these 3 weekend rotation roles, and of course the first one was going to be nailed down. You knew Griffin Graves was going to be one of the dudes. And you had guys like Jackson Sanders and Christian Chatterton, Andreas Alvarez. These guys all threw great in the fall. And then it comes along Jake Marciano, and even Drew Rayland could be a guy, but boy, Marciano has just taken the bull by the horns in these first 2 starts of the season. And just wait till Graves gets back. You're going to have one of the better 1-2 punches in the SEC if Graves comes back healthy.
Yeah, he had did Coach Thompson to look at the brighter spot of dealing with the injury, of being able to put guys into roles that maybe you wouldn't have expected, but the depth that it can build. Carter brushed back by Ike. Took a moment to toss the gear.
Yeah, 93 around the noggin. That'll wake you up. No caffeine needed. Not the guy you want to walk, though. One of the fastest guys on this roster. Already seen him with 1 stolen bag. And that's going to bring a visit out to the mound.
Yeah, still very much within reach. Wildcats want to keep it that way, but how they deal with this situation, well, they want a new pitcher. We will tell you who when we come back. Leadoff runner on for Auburn. arm will be the lefty Cole Wisenbaker. Missed all last season due to injury. Wisenbaker, 6'4", from Houston, Texas. As a sophomore in 2024, made 22 relief appearances. He will come on with a runner on in Carter after the walk from Ike. Passes the ball. Will throw to Terrell. Singled first time up. Had the very interesting sequence that ended the 5th inning. Was the RBI single, but then thrown out at second by the third baseman Gallagher. After he brought home the second run of the game in Carter, but you had talked about the presence Carter brings on the base paths. He scored both runs. And that second sequence was due to his aggression.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, stole that off the pitcher completely. Guyette got a big jump, put himself in scoring position, and he has scored both the Tiger runs. The speed will kill you.
So Wisenbaker, perfect view of the speedy Carter. He will keep an eye. Checking with the throw.
Yeah, Wisenbaker, solid season his sophomore year. Went 4-0, 2.67, and had one of those high leverage rolls out of the K-State bullpen. Good to have him back healthy. Great left-handed option and good stuff. Struck out 29 and walked only 14 that year. Had a strong fall, got himself back on track, healthy, and will be a big part of this late inning bullpen for K-State.
Runner and going. The throw not in time. The speedy Carter stole 14 last year. Already has 4, including 2 tonight. I think he's going to best his total from last season.
Yeah, he's on his way for sure. You know, walk is almost a double with this guy. Just reads pitchers really well. Gets great jumps. Does it again there with Wisenbaker, and no chance for Bear Madliak to throw him out.
Is ahead Wisenbaker to Terrell at 1-2. Strikes him out.
Yeah, nasty slider there from Wisenbaker, and had him set up pretty well. Had Terrell chasing that breaking pitch off the plate. Gets him with it yet again. That one actually catches a piece of it. Tough matchup against the lefty side armor for K-State.
Auburn thus far 3 for 12 with runners on, 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Eric Guevara 1 for 3. Total on the night.
Yeah, that's been the issue that Butch Thompson highlighted. Just getting runners in scoring position and just not making enough contact. Good backdoor breaker that time.
By my count, you may have to check my math. 2 through 5. Just 2 hits combined across all their plate appearances thus far, as the K-State defense infatuated with Carter, and Carter mentally making the most of it to take third now after the errant throw.
Yeah, just a bad pickoff. You see Wisenbaker get totally underneath that throw, and Inouye had no chance. Could be a manufactured run yet again at the top of this order with Bristol Carter.
I say that with 2 through 5 because it seems for Auburn in their offense, you have a table setter, no doubt, with Carter, who will be in after the RBI single from Guevara. But if you have a guy that can set the table, who can bring him home, well, that time it was Guevara.
Yeah, great execution by Guevara. Get the pitch down the zone. K-State had the infield pulled in and chops that over the head of the third baseman, Grant Gallagher. How about that? All 3 runs tonight by the leadoff man for the Tigers. Good job of just putting the ball in play. That's what Butch Thompson said. We got to get more contact with men in scoring position, and that pays dividends.
Well, you said it. A walk to Carter almost feels like a double. His pressure on the base paths put him at third. And Guevara delivers to add to his team's total of 3 runs on their 8 hits. One more in the top of the 8th inning. As Freilich
and that run feels like 3 with the way that the Auburn's pitching this game.
Now a little bit of offensive life. Shot to the opposite side in right field off the ground. Freilich bounces it up for his first base hit.
Yeah, a couple of infield hits back to back. It's balls just chopping through the infield. So Weisenbaker's getting ground balls. It's just not to his guys. And that's what, in a way, is saying, hey, keep throwing those ground balls up there. We'll get them. A couple of those finding holes for the Auburn Tigers.
Strong enough to bang it into the ground and get a hop. High enough to shoot it out to right. So it began with a walk to Carter. And after the strikeout of Terrell Guevara and Freilich, back-to-back singles. Steele, the DH, looking for his first hit of the ball game.
Steele showing bunt. Drew back on that breaking pitch. He thought it was up. Plate umpire Matthew Anderson disagrees.
Weisenbaker will work up 0-2.
Yeah, I think that was 0-1. Scoreboard tricked you.
Don't trust it, huh?
Right. Don't trust the board.
Well, I'll trust the guy that doesn't go back to the dugout, the pitcher who says,
right.
I'm going to take the ball and throw again. Lucas Steele remains in, is struck out looking and swinging. The time he put it in play, it was to second, nearly sends one up our way. You got the range. You going to play defense up here for us?
There you go, yeah.
Need be?
That'd be a heck of a shot up or it.
Yeah. I think we had one last weekend that got nearly up over the fence, but you really have to put some spin on that. Now it is 0-2. Burns one outside.
Yeah, much better breaking ball that time for Weisenbaker. You want to go down. He's trying to backdoor that pitch and hung that previous one.
What's the pitch here?
Yeah, I think you got to see if he'll chase the fastball up. Got to change his eye level.
Puts a charge into this ball. Is going to make Lewis work for it. Is up to the task. Can't save the run, though, as hustling down does Guevara from third, but delivering at the plate. Steele sacrificing the run in to make it 4-0.
Yeah, great at bat by Steele that time. Just saw all spin in each of those pitches in the entire sequence. That time stays back, keeps his hands back. That's the thing as a hitter. You get to 0-2, you don't want to be early on those breaking balls. Willing to concede the fastball in if that's the pitch that Weisenbaker could have made, but he stuck with the breaking ball, and Steele picks up the sac fly.
All right, we're on mom watch again. Todd Clay. Mom, Sandra, in the house.
Yeah, been a tough night. 3 Ks for Clay, so he's looking to put this one in play.
It's been the livest offensive inning outside of the beginning of the ball game in the top of the first inning that we've seen from the Auburn Tigers, where they had a trio of singles, but she's trying a different approach.
She still looks pretty relaxed, though. That's a tough mama right there.
You remember your most nerves as a parent watching 3 sons?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't get too nervous. You know, it's I got a little adrenaline rush, but I just loved watching my kids play, man. You got a lot to look forward to with your 2-year-old, but
ball bounces up short of the plate, so over will Freilich go. Did they all play baseball? Different sports?
My oldest son was a hockey player of all things in college, yeah.
How about USA Hockey today?
Oh, man. Great win over the Czechs, Slovakia.
They'll be in the gold medal game. All right, so what other sports did you get to partake in?
Yeah, so we did hockey, we did basketball, baseball, football. Get to high school, you kind of got to narrow it down to 1 or 2, so I had a couple of football, baseball guys.
Clay puts a shot into that ball, but nothing doing. Foul.
Man, I just always love watching my kids play. You know, you know as a dad, you know, you're out there throwing wiffle balls to your son. It's going to be thousands of hours of practice you'll experience with him over his lifetime. And then when they get to this level, you know, I just really enjoyed it. I thought, man, what a blessing to be able to see our kids play collegiately. And all 3 of them had that chance. I had my youngest son got to play in the Marlins organization for 4 years. And
very cool.
Had his shot at pro ball. And, yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, you know, right now my son he's got a mini hoop. He knows to go dunk the ball.
There you go, man.
We were hitting the ball, and yeah, he's got a whole variety. We're playing soccer. Joys of parenthood.
Oh, man. And Auburn's got a kid named Caden Combs. So that is my grandson's name.
You have a grandson named Caden Combs.
Spelled slightly different. It's a C-A-D-E-N for our Caden, but Auburn Tigers have a C-A-I-D-E-N. And we've got a question that came out of the dugout from Pete Hughes.
Yeah, Coach.
Yeah, the umpires.
Stern look on his face, displeased. I'll tell you one thing. Pete Hughes is a very gracious individual. Will talk to you as long as you would like to talk, share whatever information, answer any question. But he is an individual I would not want to be on his bad side or cross him.
He is a tough dude from Brockton, Massachusetts. That's where that grittiness comes from, man. He is as intense a coach as you'll see, and they do get the out call. So great job by Pete Hughes to question that call.
How about Coach wanting to try to find a little life for his team, maybe interject a little bit in a game that's still within reach, comes out of the bullpen and, comes out of the dugout and says, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Finds a way. You don't see that too often, that the coach can end the inning, and he does. This team trailing 4-0. What do they have at the plate? It will be 5, 6, 7, starting with Vasquez when we come back. That was strike 3.
Yeah, that's what he was questioning, the strike call, and didn't get the call at first, but umpires got it right. Clay strikes out for the 4th time tonight.
dramatic difference we have seen from what K-State brought in offensively to tonight.
Yeah, look at that. 53 hits for a .396 average through 4 games, and they are 2 for 22 tonight. What a turnaround, facing some much better arms, I would imagine, from this Auburn Tiger pitching staff. Marciano and Whalen have done the job for the Tigers.
Trying to find something here, down to their final 6 outs. 15 runs against Iowa to begin the season, 7 against UConn, then 24 against Penn State, 11 against Air Force, all down in that Arizona air. They played in Goodyear, Scottsdale, and then Mesa. Trying to find some offense against the duo that has been on the mound for the Auburn Tigers. Whalen out there again. And we'll sit down Vasquez. So as it remains, just one batter leadoff-wise to reach for K-State thus far.
Yeah, it's been just a masterful performance on the mound for Auburn tonight. A couple of pitchers and Marciano and Whalen that have really spotted the ball well, mixed their pitches, really kept this K-State offense off balance. Not even a lot of hard contact. We've only seen maybe 2 or 3 hard hit balls tonight from the Wildcats.
Hardest, I think, was out to left field.
Yeah, that was off the bat of this guy.
Yeah. Shintaro Inoue, that was back 3rd out of inning number 2. Right now, though, battle between pitching and hitting going the way of the Auburn Tigers. It's one of the best parts about this part of the year is telling the team stories and where they're at, what the expectations are, what the trajectory is for Auburn. It's a team coming off success of hosting a super regional, of trying to build on the expectations, playing in a brutal conference in the SEC. The throw unable to be scooped up by Bingaman over at first, so maybe some life. As over to second will go Inoue after the ball careens into the stands.
Well, good things happen when you put the ball in play, and uncharacteristic error there by Guevara at short. Just a short throw, and Bingaman not able to come up with it. K-State looking for any type of spark to get this offense going. You know, it's still a game, only down 4. They just need some base runners and a big hit.
For K-State, said it multiple times, coach stressed it was perception. Well, you got perception here of facing a quality opponent. What you can do, how you can change it. Looks like they will have a pinch hitter. Micah Kendrick coming in to bat for the catcher, Madliak. Madliak, who had struck out both times up. Try a different approach in the 7-hole with a runner in scoring position. It's the first time that K-State has had a runner in scoring position. They are 0 for 1 with runners on prior to this. Hard hit ball. This has a chance to bring home a run, and it will drop. Runner being waved home, so delivering. That will bring some life to the K-State dugout. The fans clad in purple. Best piece of hitting we've seen tonight from K-State.
Yeah, good call by Pete Hughes, using the pinch hitter Kendrick. Folsom Lake Junior College transfer, and gets a hold of that off-speed pitch from Whalen. Lifted up out over the plate. Kendrick ropes it for a double in that right center gap. And the K-State fans have something to cheer about. They have erased the goose egg, and the runner in scoring positions, he switches spots with Inoue.
Yeah, so first run, first extra base hit. K-State on the board, trimming the lead of Auburn to 3. Another pinch hitter in Ty Smolinski.
Yeah, Pete Hughes just playing some matchup baseball now with a couple of lefty pinch hitters against right-hander Whalen.
Sophomore from Gretna, Nebraska. Puts a charge into this ball. Left field. Terrell there to make the grab for the second out.
Well, we're seeing something from K-State we hadn't seen, starting to put together some solid at-bats. And the ball not hit especially well, but had a chance to drop in front of Bub Terrell in left field, but made a good break on the ball. Records the second out.
So after a duo of pinch hitters in Kendrick, who stands on second, Smolinski, who is the second out, 9-hole hitter in the center fielder, Speedy Lewis. Fooled by that one for strike one to begin the at-bat with the pitch from Whalen. Strikeout and a ground out. Last time at the plate was in the 6th for Lewis.
Whalen kind of lost his footing on that breaking pitch. Buries that breaking ball, and Todd Clay, the Tiger third baseman, taking a couple of steps in, trying to take that bunt attempt away if Lewis was thinking that direction. And Lewis completely fooled on that slider, kind of bailing out of his box. Just bought himself another one.
Count 1-2. There is a runner in scoring position. Lewis trying to keep this momentum alive for K-State.
And Lewis just having a tough time picking up spin. I don't think Whalen throws him a fastball here. Lewis has changed his stance. He's really spread himself out, trying to keep himself planted.
Whalen planted one there in the strike zone, but
the slider backed up on him a bit.
Anderson
full. Yep.
Behind the plate wasn't buying, but he was selling. Good pitch, though. Where does he go here?
Stay with that slider.
It's a big moment. Lewis awaits. Full count. Runner in scoring position on second. This ball is in play. High. The infield sky. Short will take it into the glove of Guevara. K-State finds some life. Kendrick steps in with the big pinch hit RBI. They trail by 3. We have 1 inning left to play. Top of 9 when we come back to Globe Life Field.
That's why I'm pulling out.
Well, it's baseball time in Texas, but softball time out on the West Coast at the Mary Nutter. And you can see it live on FloCollege. Mary Nutter, always one of the best early season tournaments. They got some big names out there. Oklahoma, the biggest in collegiate softball. Texas Tech, surprisingly, who had been in that Women's College World Series Championship Series, out there as well. UCLA, Texas A&M. So some big names. Auburn as well. They got 5 fields going. Softball's greatest on deck, live on FloCollege. So you got plenty to watch, stick and ball-wise, across the beginning of this early spring. We're still in the month of February, but calendar's turning to March soon. This weekend, number 2. Auburn, a team that went to the Super Regionals last year. K-State, team that was in Texas, played in Austin for their regionals. So 2 NCAA tournament teams trying to build their seasons and build their resumes. Bingaman begins the top of the 9th with a single. Back-to-back singles for him. Had a walk in the second. Good night for Bingaman out of the 7-hole.
Yeah, efficient offense tonight for Auburn. All singles in the book, but they have scratched across 4 runs to take that 4-1 lead here in the 9th inning. It has been Auburn's scrappy offense, and their pitching has been in shutdown mode until last inning. K-State able to break through with the run.
Ballou lays down the bunt. Will bring out the catcher. There was a change down at the catching position for K-State. Mislabeled, but makes the play. As does Ballou to advance the runner, and Bingaman over to second.
That is Shea McGahan that took over at the catcher spot. Nice clean pick up and throw to first, but it does go down as a successful sac bunt for Ballou. Auburn trying to get that run back that they gave up in the bottom of the 8th. Looking for some insurance.
McCrane 2 flyouts to right and a single. If you're a coach, would you prefer big offense but trying to get the pitching together, or, which that's what we've seen from K-State thus far, or pitching's together but slow offense coming together?
Yeah, I'll take the pitching with the slower offense. It's a matter of time before Auburn gets it going.
Thought that was going to be your answer, and as Auburn has a chance to plate some more runs here, you have to figure with their hitting lineup, once you get those hurt pieces back and get some experience, the hitting usually comes along.
It'll come around, yeah. There's no doubt with this lineup it will come. Crane able to get his second hit of the game, and Auburn not choosing to test the arm of center fielder Dante Lewis, probably a wise decision. We talked about Lewis at some point will be on the mound, throwing 97, 98, throws BBs from center field.
Carter's a guy that can do something if he can put the ball in play with his speed, and K-State wanting to take a moment to just go over, or maybe even bring a new arm, as it looks like trotting down from right field. In the situation with the deficit at just 3, they will go away from Weisenbaker. Aiden Longoria will be the new pitcher. Runners on the corners, 1 out, top of 9 when we come back. What's in the bag? Is it the keys to victory? Well, the keys to victory for Kansas State will be, can they keep this deficit at just 3 as they give the ball to Aiden Longoria, the junior from Plant City, Florida. Just 1 inning that he has pitched thus far this season, 3 strikeouts, but will have to deal with a traffic situation with Bingaman on third, McCrane on first, and the top of the order in Carter. Runner is going into the glove. No chance with his body momentum taking him towards first to try to get Bingaman. So Carter brings home a run and does advance McCrane with the second out.
Yeah, well executed there by Carter. Showed bunt, pulled it back, did the old butcher boy, and yeah, Longoria looked like for a brief second was going to turn and try to go home. I think it was a good decision to go to first base, as that momentum you talked about, Tyler, taking him towards that first base bag was going to be an awfully difficult play to spin and throw to his catcher.
How hard is that as a pitcher? Not only to make that play, but say, I want to keep this run off the board.
Yeah, exactly.
Not get greedy and just take the out.
Yeah, you're absolutely thinking that direction, but the ball takes you that direction. It's just, that was a wise play by Longoria.
On the ground to second. Inoue makes the throw. Auburn adds 1 more. The deficit is 4 for K-State, down to their final 3. The good news, though, top of the lineup, due up, bottom of 9 when we come back.
Tigers.
In comes the lefty, junior, 6'3", Garrett Brewer, trying to shut the door on this opening contest in Arlington for the Auburn Tigers. Push their win streak in this facility to 6 in a row. What do you expect to see from Brewer, Pat?
Yeah, it's just such a luxury for Butch Thompson. He's got a couple of guys down that can close games. Ryan Hetzler for sure from the right-handed side, but he goes with lefty Michigan State transfer Garrett Brewer, and Brewer's awfully good. Had 41 strikeouts and 34 in the third innings last season for the Spartans. Had a fastball that runs up to 93 and a really sharp slider, that 3/4 arm slot. Awfully tough on left-handers.
Starts away against Robbie Bolin. Struck out looking in the first, singled in the fourth. Right back up the middle, but the defense perfectly placed. It's Farber in at the shortstop position to get that all-important leadoff out.
Yeah, Farber pulled up the middle defensive replacement for the Tigers, and well placed right behind the second base bag. Ball hit right to him, and easy out number 1. 6-3 across the diamond.
Grant Gallagher listens to the pop on the first pitch at 92 miles an hour.
Gallagher, an on-base machine for the Cats, but he's been kept off it tonight.
3 for 28. 9 strikeouts, just the 1 extra base hit. But you've made the point. Much more a testament to the pitching that we've seen with the 0-2 delivery from Brewer than necessarily, hey, what's up with the K-State hitters? I mean, these Auburn pitchers are just
they've been good tonight.
Very good.
They're just dealing. See if Brewer goes back to that changeup. Get Gallagher to swing through that second strike. Just missed.
Ready at 2-2. Right bat off the pitcher's glove, will collect himself and the ball. A hot shot from Gallagher off of Brewer.
Yeah, I think that might have caught Brewer in the foot. Good job by Gallagher trying to go back up the middle with that pitch. It was a changeup down and away. And taking a look at it here, I think Brewer made the stop with his, did hit his glove off his foot. Makes a nice recovery, locates the ball, and good flip to his first baseman, Bingaman, for the second out.
A lot better when it hits the leather.
Oh, man. Yeah, that stuff can leave a mark when it hits you in the shin and the wrist. I'm taking them everywhere. Had my cap spun one time. That was the scariest one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it hit the bill?
Hit the bill of my cap.
So the underneath?
I turned my head. I saw the ball coming. I turned my head. It went off the bill of my cap and turned my cap all the way around.
You were the inspiration for Ken Griffey.
That
Junior.
Those are scary. Yeah.
To wear the cap backwards. So Vasco, this is a player that you are so high on. I've heard you ring his praises all night. But once again, Auburn has just been able to throw to these big bats of the Kansas State Wildcats all night long.
And they have attacked the strike zone here, getting ahead of Vasco. 2 strikes. That's been the difference, really. You look at pitchers today, right? It's trying to get that velo up, and yeah, I get it, but man, when you can locate your fastball and get ahead of hitters, that's the name of the game.
Auburn faithful to their feet. 0-2 pitch, trying to end the night. He'll do it again.
Yeah, see if he spins one here. Vasco was on that fastball that time.
Both these teams will get to sleep in. Auburn, 3 p.m. tomorrow against Florida State. Kansas State will play in the nightcap against Nebraska.
Pitch just off the plate. Didn't miss by much. Staying with the fastball.
93.
Well, Vasco can't hit a 4-run homer, so I can see why he's sticking with that fastball.
Can't hit that ball and puts it in. Take a wide look at second, in no problem with a stand-up double. So after a good eye to earn some more pitches, Vasco delivers. That's the bat that you expect to see across the season and the Big 12 play.
Yeah, just a great at bat. Gets the slider this time and didn't quite have that downward movement on it. Stayed up in the zone, and Vasco turns it around. It's just so hard to keep that guy off the board. Does a great job hanging in there on the tough lefty Brewer. Keep this game alive.
Right, and Kennedy has to be eager. 3 strikeouts in his home state, his hometown, Fort Worth, Texas. Coming off that dynamite weekend down in Arizona in the desert. Golden Spikes Award. E1 Player of the Week, Co-Offensive Player of the Week, 2 Grand Slams. K-State still has life in this one, but regardless, try to build some momentum tonight and for tomorrow, the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, contact has been at a premium for the Cats tonight offensively.
Ball in play, out to right. Blue there to end it. So Auburn does it behind a trio of dynamite arms in Marciano, Whalen, and Brewer to put a bow on a 5-1 victory and get their weekend in the Metroplex. Started off with a nice 5-1 victory.
Yeah, a really well pitched game by the Tiger pitchers, and you mentioned it, Tyler. Marciano, Whalen, Brewer pretty much shut this Cat offense down. Been proven a difficult task early this season. The Cats came in just on fire offensively, but the Tigers get their number tonight. Only give up 4 hits, 1 run. That was an unearned run. They punched out 9, and how about this stat? No free bases tonight from the Tiger pitching staff.
Well, if you can draw it up, a pitching plan from a coaching staff, you get 6 innings from Marciano with 72 pitches, give the ball to Whalen, goes 2, and then an inning from Brewer. But how about the start for Jake Marciano?
Yeah, absolutely solid. And just spotted the ball so well. 8 strikeouts tonight, had 12 in his first start, 20 Ks his first 2 starts. He was just dynamite in terms of spotting it, mixing his pitches well, gets the pick off of Bolin. That is a complete start from your Tiger left-hander.
Yeah, and they await Griffin Graves, the #1 starter, to come back in as well. But what a start for Jake Marciano, who's with our Leanza Peroni down at the field level. Leanza, what you got?
Jake, 8 strikeouts through 6 innings, only gave up 2 hits. What was working right for you on the mound tonight?
I was just throwing everything for strikes, and I was trusting my defense. That was the main goal.
Offense scratched across 5 runs, but it remained a pretty close game throughout. How do you approach attacking hitters when you know there's not a whole lot of room for error?
I just go back out there and keep the same goal, just attack the hitters. I really don't have any other goal.
You hand Kansas State their first loss of a season here on the big stage at Globe Life Field. How important is it to stack a win like this tonight against a quality opponent?
It's a great feeling. I mean, being able to trust our defense and our offense really gives us a good chance to, go on and win.
Great win tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Back to you, Tyler.
Thank you. So Auburn, a chance to ride that momentum into tomorrow's afternoon matchup against Florida State. We'll have another trio of games for you here on FloCollege. Starting tomorrow at 11 a.m., Louisville against Michigan. Then the aforementioned Knowles against the Tigers, rounded out by K-State against Nebraska. Day number 2 of the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. Pat, final thought?
Yeah, great game all the way around, defensively and on the mound for the Tigers. Look, K-State will be back. It's a gritty team. It's a Pete Hughes coach team. Those guys will flush this one quick. It'll be a good rest of the tournament as their offense looks to get back on track.
The dynamite night for the trio of arms from Auburn. Marciano with the win. Whalen, Brewer as 5-1 victorious, the 9th-ranked Tigers. For Pat Combs, rest of our crew, Tyler Denning, good night from Arlington, Texas. We will see you back here tomorrow.
heroes without anyone. People who see the world not as it is, but as it could be. You'd be amazed at what we grow here.
See you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll text you.
You are?
Oh, yeah.
Pictures for more, but I'm not too hungry.
Huh?
Well, hopefully for tomorrow. How was it though? Were you guys sitting? Are you talking about volleyball?
Yeah. And Taylor, my dad.
Sorry, Lee?
Wait.
Yeah, we play again tomorrow. Same time? I got you a ball, but I don't know how much it is. Carter, what's up, man? What are you doing? You want to do Buck Valley tomorrow? I'll text you on the phone.
You're going to drop it.
I know.
And hold on.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. We're going to go to the club.
I don't know about that. Probably do 6 to 8. So I think we did breakfast at 9 and we got to be back to Rod, I can stand right here.